greetings, grand rising, my amazingly, abundantly, astonishingly, and most importantly, beautifully blessed people that come on. I pray today's message slash principle of the day finds you beautiful souls in spirits of joy, spirits of gratitude, spirits of greatness, spirits of harmony, you know, and everything and anything that aligns with a positive and fulfilling existence for amazingly blessed people there. You get me? Now today I come to you first and foremost before we proceed. Apologies. I was notified by a team member the other day that the videos on Instagram don't fully post, they cut off at a certain point, and I apologize for that. That really flew by me. So now what we decided to do to resolve this is we'll post on Instagram and how do you call it, the length of a reel, of a regular reel, and the rest will be shared on the full length. The full length will be on YouTube. As we post, we'll make sure to post same time and to make sure to have the link up as well for the YouTube, so it doesn't get confusing. The link will be either in the stories or in the how do you call it, comment section, or but it will be in the bio. It should be. But anyway, my amazingly blessed people, let me not hold you too long. Let me not delay the inevitable, which is our principle of the day. Now, our principle of the day today is a beautiful one, as they all are. But it's a what you call it? It's a very instructive one, and it's a very, I guess it's one that when mastered, appeases the journey, the process of it all. And without further delay, let's get right into it, my amazingly blessed people. Our principle of the day today is your present results do not have anything to do with the future, really. Have nothing to do with your future unless you let them. Now, what we mean by that, my amazingly blessed people, your present results have nothing to do with your future unless you let them, my amazingly blessed people. Now, this is to say, where you currently are, whatever it is we go through, is not permanent, unless you make it permanent for yourself. You get me? 90% of the situations we find ourselves in are our own doing most of the time, through our minds, through our thought processing, through our belief system. That's how we end up where we end up most of the time. However, that does not, how do you call it? That does not have the last say, in your journey, in your trajectory, in your processing, unless you give it the last say, And so the point is, you have the power to either stop yourself or to push yourself forward. Now, how that works is up to you. That's why we always say, think for your beautiful selves, my amazingly blessed people. 90% of the work is mindset. You get me? 90% of the work is how your mind processes things and how your mind I guess organizes beliefs, and I guess applies them within your life day to day. You get me? And to go more in depth, a team member helped us come up with a proper and more, I guess, in-depth description of the principle, like how we have on a scary mode. But since it's not yet up there, I'm gonna read it for you all, my amazingly blessed people. You hear me? Now, the principle, your present results have nothing to do with your future unless you let them, points to the idea that the past does not have absolute power, you get me, over what comes next. the past is just, it's in the past for a reason, you know. Backtracking yourself, like, there's nothing new that you find behind. That's one thing I'll tell you right now. You know, whatever is behind is not something that you haven't seen, you know, or that you haven't noticed. You get me? So yeah, it suggests that individuals are not bound by previous outcomes unless they mentally attach themselves to it. What does that mean? Unless you decide to just sit down and, you know, give the past all the power, you know, if you decide to dwell, because again, what you focus on multiplies, you know, what you tell your mind to, you know, fix itself on, well, that ends up just, again, multiplying, reproducing itself. If you think of something bad, if you think of how could you be so horrible, you're gonna find all those to be horrible. Just like if you think how could you be so great, you know, how could you move forward and achieve the greatness that you're destined to and all that. Well, trust me, you'll find ways to move forward and make that happen for you. Amazingly blessed people that you get me. Growth is determined more by the choices and mindset a person adopts, you know, moving forward by any past victory or failure. You get me? So it's all about, you know, how you choose to move forward, how you choose to move past, you know, whatever win or loss you had in the past, you know. Because again, like our one principle say, don't let the good times make you feel larger than life, and don't let the bad times make you feel like, you know, you're at a loss for everything, my amazingly blessed people them. Because you're not. You're always winning, one way and the other. You know, we're winning or learning, we're not losing. You know. And this perspective empowers people to see each moment as an opportunity to redefine themselves rather than rather than dragging the weight of yesterday into tomorrow. You get me? You know? What happened in the past happened. What are we gonna do? You know, we ain't gonna rehash it and I don't know. Make something out of nothing. You get me? We're not gonna take the time and just you know, dwell on the negative, you know. And the past, whether it was good or bad, is in the past. You know, we're granted a new day each day. We're not granted the same day. You know, then each next minute is a new one. You know, it's not the previous one. So why would you reflect on previous experiences to make decisions about your future? You get me? Especially if those experiences are not pleasant ones. You know, and yeah. So let me continue. You get me? Uh, For individuality, this principle is a reminder that true self expression is not confined by past experiences or societal expectations. A person's essence and potential are not limited by earlier successes or mistakes. You know, what happened in the past doesn't define you today, as long as you are capable and courageous enough to make the necessary, you know, changes, take the necessary actions to be better, you know, to be the most amazing version of yourself. You get me, my amazingly blessed people them, you know, to be the improved, you know, to be the winning version, you know. I mean, sorry, you're already the winning version. You just gotta know it for yourself sometimes. You get me, you know. And by understanding that the future is open and unwritten, individuals are encouraged to live in a way that reflects their evolving truths rather than a fixed identity based on history. You know, you're not your past actions, you're not your past mistakes, you're not your past losses. You know, you are you. You know, you are who you choose to be. You know, in the moment. You know, you're not what you did, you're not who you were. You get me, my amazingly blessed people there. And that might be controversial, that might rub some feathers wrong, but that's the truth, you know. Anyone that does the work on themselves to better themselves, well, you know, as long as you're courageous enough to you know, face your flaws, you know, to admit them to yourself first, you know, because again, you do anything to the world other than kindness and love, you know, and support. But yeah, you know, and this mindset, just to complete it, this mindset nurtures freedom of self and allows each person to fully pursue a path that's uniquely their own. Boom. What else do you all need me to add on to that, my amazingly blessed people? That the team already did it all. They explained it all in a way that just I guess, uh, I don't know if emulates is the right word for this, but in a way that, correctly and properly uh, outlines, how, why this principle is essential, why it's vital, peace of mind. One, you ain't gotta look far, you ain't gotta look left, right, down, up. We all want peace of mind, and the best way to get your peace of mind, well, is to let the past be where it is, behind, Yeah, going down memory lane once in a while, you know, just to reminisce and whatnot. Yeah, at your own, on your own time, fine. But don't let that affect, the time of your purpose. Don't let that affect the time of your vision. You get me? Don't let that affect the time of your mission, you know? Don't let that affect your belief in yourself. You get me? And if you can't, I guess, compartmentalize properly, or, uh, pay attention to, differentiate with the past, being in the past, and not let that affect you, well, it's simple. Move. Don't go there. Don't go there if you can't get yourself out of there. You get me? Amazingly blessed people, them, you know? Just like in the Bible, I don't remember how this verse goes or chapter, but the part where, it says if, not literally, but like if one arm causes you to sit, cut it off. You know? Cut it off if one arm causes you to steal. So basically, point is, if you know yourself, which we're trying to do here, know ourselves, individually for ourselves first, because again, knowing yourself is the most, I guess, prized, is the most prized, not possession, but like prized. How does the word go? Knowing yourself is one of the most, is the greatest advantage you could have over 90% of people. Knowing yourself, because most of us don't. You ask someone why you, they'll tell you their name, they'll tell you what they do, they'll tell you how they are. They won't tell you who they are. You get me? I'm amazingly blessed with that. So yeah, if you know yourself and you know what like looking back will do to you, well, don't look back, my amazingly blessed people. Them, it's as simple as that, beautiful people. But yeah, that's about it for today, my amazingly blessed people. Them, I appreciate you all for your time, and as we said earlier, thank you for those who shifted to YouTube as well. There should be more here for you as well. And yeah, thank you for your, unconditional support. I appreciate you, and and yeah, I'm grateful to be here, reminding you all every day to think for your beautiful selves, my amazingly blessed people. Them, you get me? On that note, have a blessed day. It's the end of the week, but finish it strong. Finish it together. And yeah. It's about them amazingly blessed people there, Stay loved, stay blessed, stay thinking, and stay loving as well, Stay caring, stay healthy, you and your loved ones. And yeah, think for your beautiful selves, my amazingly blessed people there. You get me? One love.